We are live, I think. Are we live? Oh, I fit this on. We're live. Cycling by Numbers is named by Moles. This is the sixth show. The sixth show of the Carnival of Errors tour. Let's see who's here. Oops. How do I control Option S? There we go. Whoop! Oh, that's not what I meant. How do I get back to normal? Hello to All Alone in the Molehill, Socks. A Trip Music, welcome. Mr. Roberts here, Electric Avenue, Mutitito Jackson, Dom Simpson, Thunder Tooby, React with Nylon, Q Square, Staffy, Father 5, Skeeter, Luck and Lola, Not Allegra, Vestarian. Welcome everyone. Oh, and I think this happened much earlier today or last night, but Bax OJ is with 5-month sub. I had a bit of an emotional day today, and it's nothing for anyone to worry about. It's not personal, but I'm not going to talk about it today. I am going to talk about it soon, I think. But I'm just saying it because I might be a little weird at moments. I might not, but I just thought I'd say that. But I'm fine. It's nothing really directly about me, but maybe next week I will talk about it. Let's see. How do I stream type, right? There's this one bug I still have not addressed that affects the beginning of every show. No? Loops? Cancel? Okay, there we go. Hey, Duel. Okay, let's create a new empty track. And I apologize, I've been starting pretty late the last 3 or 4 shows. I still might, what I want to be doing is getting on camera by 1/4 past. And I'd like to get a song started by at least 40 minutes past. It's really, I don't want the hour thing to be, eventually I want that to be something that no one ever talks about, because there's never any question about beating the hour. BT says, what can we do to take your mind off? Oh, you have to do anything. It was a very important, valuable. I'm glad that it came to a head and that it really hit me in the way that it did. So it's not a bad thing, but it's again today it's too early to talk about it. But I'm fine. I'm fine. Oops. Oh, did I not? What happened? What happened? Do we not have a request? We do. Oh, I see. I'm just rushing. We're good. Oh, thanks, Butito. Thank you. Let's zero out. Okay, this track's gonna feature Sox's 650th sound. Oh yeah, we got a featured sound. It's a bass with, I don't know, a little bit of personality. Stabs, we were wondering how many domino chords Tooby has. I don't know if Tooby has any domino chords. Don't you have to actually have a browser window open to turn on to get, or just being logged into chat? If someone is logged into just something like chatty but not on, do you still get domino chords? Let me see. I don't know if let me see if I can. Oh yeah, we could. I don't know Tooby's password off the top of my head, so let me see. Twitch, log in, and it's gonna take a second because I think I have two-factor turned on, not to bot. Oh, I need a token. Put our token in. Who's that? Oh yeah, does Tooby's voice turned on? Tooby does not have very much. You must only get download chords if you have a browser open. Tooby has which Tooby briefly has had a browser open, but Tooby only has 740. Yeah, Tooby only has 740 download chords. So just being logged into chat, you do not accrue download chords. It would seem. Our drum kit is the tribal kit. And our first beat. Wait, what? There a funky drum fill in here? Oh yeah, there is. Let me get this funky drum fill. How do I get into it? No, it's documents. Forget what the folder is. ETC. Dave modified. Is it an X1X? It's an X1X. Whoops. Which one funky? Well, it's not. It's my fault for never coding it so that this will work. But I think honestly, Q Square, I think it's yours. Your number sequence, I think, might be the funky drum fill. But that's on me. That's on me for never addressing that issue. There needs to be it doesn't work if there's only numbers or there needs to be at least one letter in the drum fill for it to work. And it happens so rarely that it's just, I have a million things, that I need to fix, that it just, if it only happens once every like 50 shows, it's just not worth me trying to fix it. So I haven't. But because numbers are silent, so I do sanitize, so anything that only numbers and letters get let through to the drum generator. So you had some dots, so those automatically get removed. So those are never an issue. The problem is that the drum generator, because it treats numbers as silence, if it only has silence, it gets confused. So unfortunately, there's no way to submit silence. You can't do it. And I'm still having a problem. I thought I addressed it. Yeah, caps are treated differently. Lowercase and uppercase. At least I can't remember if that's true on the melody generator. It's definitely true on drum generator. Caps are treated differently. Okay. Oh, I wonder if, does it also use, there it is, okay. Oh, soda here? And I'm actually dealing with another issue too. Totally separate issue. There we go. We might be good now. Yeah, we're good. Okay. All I had to do was add an A I added an A to that drum fill, and it solved the problem. Okay, first up, we got a beat for Dom. Here's Dom. Our first beat, and then severe thunderstorm warning. One of the things you'll see me do is when it's rare, well, I should say it's rare, but with drums, it's rare that I'll let the same notes, especially kicks and snares, be, if you have multiple kicks in a row or multiple snares in a row that are fast, it's very rare that I will let them be all the same volume. I almost always adjust the volume. And although for me the drum generator, my goal is not necessarily to just create a human drummer from the drum generator. That is partly why I do it, is that when you hear a real drummer, especially when they play multiple notes in quick succession, it's extremely rare that they're going to play those three notes at the same volume. They're almost always going to get louder or get softer, and more often than not, they're going to get softer. That first one is going to be the most dramatic. Now, it's different if you're, say, 4 on the floor, right? 4 kick drums. You know, those kicks are going to be pretty similar in volume, but those kicks are also, there's a lot of space between each one. Because I think one of the things that's really pleasing to our ears want to hear is change, right? In the same way, you know, I think about this every time that I go outside. If I am just walking, if I'm just walking outside and, you know, in the desert, I often don't notice as much as when I'm standing still. Because when I'm walking, my head is moving, I'm seeing different, you know, I'm just sort of looking in different places. And because I'm moving, I'm less aware of the movement around me. And it's the same, you know, but when I'm standing still, it's amazing how many creatures I start seeing immediately. Oh, there's a chipmunk, up there's some roadrunners, up there's a lizard, you know. And in music, it's those moments of difference that I think can be so powerful. The moments that aren't repetitive, the moments that make our ear react because they're unexpected or they're just even slightly different, and it can be extremely subtle. You know, great drummers are managed to be consistent and yet have this color and flavor to what they're doing, because sometimes it's just these tiny variations between each note that they play. There's our beats. I see lots of things about Netco. Oh, a 2-month sub. Thanks, Netco. Thank you. Thanks, Netco. You know, I say it in one of my videos. I think, and I've certainly often when I go to a museum, the instinct is just to, you know, you feel like I want to see everything that's here. And I certainly often when I go to a museum, I'm walking through that museum. I don't have a lot of time, and I want to see as much as I can. But sometimes it can be pretty powerful that rather than trying to look at 50 or 100 pieces of art, is just look at one, but really look at it. Really look at it. Sounds, we got Bill, what is it, Bill Muty Dankerson from Q Square. Tito says, some drummers need a roller coaster. What are your thoughts on flashy drummers? I mean, I guess I don't think there's a right or wrong way to play music. And it's so subjective what is flashy or not flashy. I love a lot of what, there's a drummer named Billy Cobham. He played in Mahavishnu Orchestra that I loved, and he did some solo stuff that I loved. And he's an extraordinary technical abilities. And certainly some of what he does, some people would think, oh, that's way too technical. And sometimes I even feel that, honestly, with some of what Billy's done. But to me, it's so much about context. And there are times where he is doing insane things, but it doesn't feel flashy because it feels 100% connected to the music. When I see a symphony orchestra, playing some very difficult classical piece that is some of the most difficult music possible to play, if they are truly engaged in what they're doing, I'm not thinking about the extraordinary skill that that lead violinist, that it takes for that lead violinist to play what they're playing. But if I hear music where I don't feel, where I cannot connect with, I don't get it, I'm not able to understand or connect with whatever the musician is trying to express, or I'm not hearing it. And they might play the simplest thing in the world and it'll feel flashy, because that's all I'm going to notice. When I notice if I notice technique, either it means I'm somehow not understanding what the musician is trying to do, or I just don't connect with what the musician is trying to do. It doesn't resonate. Socks, sinister mood lighting. I'm not going to say that the musician is... I don't want to judge a musician and say I don't think that they're saying anything authentic. But there are certainly musicians who romanticize flashiness and are verbal about it. I'm not saying that on their behalf and judging them. That is something they define themselves by that. Miss Robert Ducks in Cobalt Blues. Jesus, I don't like flashy stuff because it's distracting me from the craft. Never done, never will. Midi says, Electric Avenue says, there's a difference between fast technical play for the sake of itself and fast technical play to contribute to the piece. Yeah. Hi, Julian. Welcome. Yeah, I only do improv, but it's improv where you and Chad actually have a tremendous impact on what I do. I'm demoing sounds that Chad has chosen, and then I'm going to have to make some music live using these sounds that Chad has chosen. So if you want to, you can request a sound for the next song, or I can turn your name into a drum loop. And then here we have Foggy Astronaut Jazz. Oh, that's a good name. It's a debut from Father Fives requested it. Blue named it. A reactive nylon, that cliche calm movie. Notawegra, hit me with those laser beams. Is Tooby being slow? Tooby's being difficult, Father Five says. Is Tooby ignoring certain things? But, you know, our experience with music is so subjective. So subjective. And, you know, so there's a lot of so-called guitar shredding. I don't understand it. But I also acknowledge that a lot of the music that I like, I mean, if you listen to jazz, for a lot of people, jazz is this incomprehensible thing that seems like technique for technique's sake. And I can't sort of say that my valuing jazz is legit, but someone who loves, someone who is by definition a guitar shredder, I can't do that. That's not fair. Even if I don't understand it, even if it just doesn't touch me, even if it just goes right through me, even if it makes me feel bad. There's music that makes me feel bad, and I don't mean bad in a creative sense. I mean bad in my soul. And yet, I still will defend that music. Because just because I don't understand it does not mean it isn't legit. Doesn't mean that it can't be profound for somebody else. And there's music that I love that some people would say where they'd say the guitarist is a shredder, right? Some people would say John McLaughlin is a shredder. But I think it's always legit. It's legit to have an opinion, of course. It's legit to say, I don't like that. I don't understand it. It doesn't do anything for me. I think we're different. We all experience things. We have that right to say we don't like something. But where I have a problem is where we go from not liking something to saying other people shouldn't like it also. Again, we can have discussions, we can explain why we feel a certain way, but to then step and say, you know, take that extra leap to say that anyone who likes this thing is wrong. Send this poll. As Foggy Astronaut Jazz. And did I say hi to, I feel like there's some people I didn't say hi to you yet. Did I say, Brooms is here, hey Brooms. And I said hi to you, Father Five, right? Or I hope I did. And Vestarian, did I say hi to you? Okay, let's do it. Oh, we didn't beat the hour. Ah! Almost, it was so close. So close. Here we go, time to accelerate. So I'm down in my basement, and believe it or not, I was originally planning on doing the show down here until I realized that my roommates wouldn't have been super happy with that. But it does serve as an interesting backdrop while I welcome any new folks who just came in. What you're about to hear is a live musical improvisation, meaning I'm going to make up some music from scratch on the spot. But I'll be getting a ton of help from chat. Chat will give me the sounds, the speed of the music. I'll be turning people's names into drum beats and drum fills. So if you want to get involved, the easiest way to do that right away is type !drums in chat for a chance to be a drum rhythm on one of the upcoming songs we do. But as soon as this song starts, if you have a creative title idea, you can suggest it with !title and the name. But that's on the beginning. There are many different ways you can participate here and share your creativity. We do fun community projects on our Discord. So I know it might seem a little overwhelming at first, but I hope you'll stick around, take a leap of faith, and you'll have everything figured out super fast. So welcome, and I look forward to meeting you. Hey, I'm the Etc. Kid, and I'm walking with a selfie stick looking like a fool, hoping I don't trip. Also, I can tell all the new folks in chat, first off, welcome. This show can seem a little complicated at first, but if you stick around, you'll figure it out really fast. The easiest way to get involved right away is to type !drums in chat, and then I'll turn you into a rhythm on one of our upcoming songs. And there's many other things you can request. You can help name the songs we create on this show. You can help write the script of our channel's bot. We do fun community things on Discord. So there's so many ways to participate. Welcome. Welcome to the Etserati. Okay, outtake. Welcome to the Etserati. There we go. If you've been enjoying the music today, we actually release every live show as a live album on Bandcamp. None of the talk, just the music. There's liner notes with credits for everyone who made requests on the songs or named one of the songs. You can pre-order it at any point during the show. Or if you feel like you might want a lot of the shows we're doing, you can become a Bandcamp sub. And as a Bandcamp sub, you can download every new album we release, which at this point is about this many albums a month or more. Not only that, as an added bonus, you can download a certain number of albums from the archives. So let me know if you have any questions about how it works, and know that this is one of the best ways to support what we're doing here. I'm not only on the Twitch, I'm also on the Instagram, the Twitter, the Facebook, the YouTube, the Discord. Follow me there for more content like this. Oops. Oh. Thanks for those calps. Thank you. Y'all. Oh wait, what happened here? Didn't have a timestamp begin or end? Oh, did the predict not work? Something weird happened on that. Did I play a flute on the last track last night? Does anyone remember? Did I play flute? Or no, no. Oh, I see what happened. Oh, okay, that makes sense. What did I do on this track? Flute? I just played flute. Why is melodica there? Anyway, I was reacting because your reward is love, okay? Love. Thanks for those cows. Let's see, titles. I'm supposed to see my titles, but instead it's just showing rewards. So I can't see the titles to shout them out. They're very small on my screen. Let's see. 7 from Broom, Salt Flask for Q-Square, Pulse Modulation, Moles, Impossible Refraction from Nedco, Rewarding the Bandit from Staffy, Pulse of the Planets from Muty. You can hear me, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm on. Oh, and it's some donations. Thank you from Father Five. Thank you. Says Father Five says, let's get this dono train rolling. Thank you, Father Five. Thank you. And Mr. Robert with the donation. Thank you. Mr. Robert says, I know you said it wasn't a big deal, but I want you to know we love you and care about you. Thank you, Mr. Robert. Thank you. And again, yeah, it's a big deal, but it's not about me, really. But it affects me. I know I'm being vague, but it's just because I'm not ready to talk about it. But it affects me deeply. I will talk about it soon. But I really appreciate that, Mr. Robert. Thank you. Thank you. Electric Avenue with a 38-month sub. I pined for this day. I pinned this for days, and I still can't think of anything clever to say. Thank you, thanks Blue. Thank you, Mr. Robert. Thank you, Father Five. Oh, and Travington just gifted a sub. Thank you, Travington. Oh, and welcome to Tetra Fight. Oh, Valerie's here. Vinorino. S.A. Lowell, Soda, Lukester. Christmas card reference here. Z. Let me shout out a few more titles. Dom Simpson, Half Empty Blues. Father Five, Guilt by Association. Staffy, Abandoned Space Mine. Nedco, From Dusk Until Dawn. Skeeter, The Greatest Challenge. Mitito Jackson, The Lion King. Mitito says, the nuances of irony. I got a stolen vehicle. I will be cruising powered by shame through the streets. Life is funny. That's sometimes Tooby. Yeah, Tooby loves giving stolen property, doesn't it? I think Tooby has a questionable understanding of our legal system. And giving someone something that's stolen is, I don't know if that's really a gift. That's sort of a curse, Tooby. S.A. Lowell says, you're one of the few streamers that reads your last name correctly. How do most people mispronounce it? Oh, do people say Lowell? What do people say? Well, I'm glad I say yours right. I know I probably mispronounce many other people's names. Glad I got that right. That's one of the ways SA says, yeah. I can't really be more detailed because it would make it. There's certain parts of my life I want to keep private, but so I can't give the full context. But let's just say I worked at a place for a period that had Lowell. You're not gonna be able to Google it. You could, but a long time ago. So that's probably why. Whoops. Let's end this. It's a tie. Let's break this tie. And it's Q Square. Q Square's named it Salt Flats. Salt Flats. Has anyone been to the Salt Flats in Utah? I've never been there. I mean, I've just seen photos. Has anyone actually physically been there? Are there? I assume there's other salt flats. Where are there other salt flats in the world? What a crazy thing, salt flats. You know? I'm curious. So, is a salt flat? Was there an ocean that used to be there? And why is that? How does it exist? Why does it exist? Mole says most of the Aralceas. Muty's been to salt flats in Africa. Tetraphyte, hey Tetraphyte says Dead Sea will become salt flats eventually. Then goes, does it look like a barren wasteland? In the photos, it's just whiteness that just stretches forever, it seems, you know? Father Fives is usually a shallow sea that's dried. Boost is a glacier old sea. Okay, this next track is going to feature Tetraphyte's first drum fill and drum loop. Welcome again, Tetraphyte. It's also going to be Vestarian's first sound. Meaty says it's impressive to visit for like 5 seconds and then it's like, okay, now what? 4 on the floor has been unlocked. Put Badly has been unlocked. Let's say 4 on the floor for the next track. Where we have maybe assuming there's an electric kit. The Manchester kit, if I recall, it's an acoustic kit, and if I recall, the kick drum is maybe not the most 4 on the floor kind of kick drum. So let's save it for a track. Hello to Chuger, Rowdy Chuger. Set of Trolls here says, Truth Bomb. Kid was an astronomer at Lowell Observatory and discovered Pluto in 1830 when he was 45 years old. Hey, and welcome. Hey, period of time. All on Molehill says Mediterranean has been dry at least once in geological time when the Straits of Gibraltar were closed because it loses water faster by evaporation faster than the rivers can fill it. Our featured sound is this bass. Got a filter on it. Okay, our drum kit on this track is the Manchester kit. Okay, our first beat is Soda. Soda's giving us the butt beat. We nearly had 4 on the floor, but it's 4 right after the floor. 4. Here it is. That 4 is just, it's a little late. Let's see. I'm gonna put a kick there. There it is. There's the butt beat. Here's Tetraphyte, raw from the drum generator. Okay, let's see. We got our beats. Let's check out these sounds. Ziggy's Galaxy Hot. Oh, we only have 5 sounds. What happened? Wait, what? Ziggy's Mahal. FM Spectral. Wait, what? What is that? Saw Nylon. Wait. Deep Electro, why is that not on there? Oh, no, we do have... Oh, I see. That's weird. Okay, here's Ziggy's Galaxy Hop. And then we have Mahal. And then we have FM Spectral Sweep. Then we got Sorry Notion, and this is a debut. And then lastly from, wait, what? Wait, deep. Where's that sound? Okay, and then Deep Electro Bass. It's our 6. Okay, there it is. Y'all pick which sound starts the improv. I'm having this memory leak issue with the custom chat of the PC. I didn't have this issue yesterday. I don't know why it's suddenly an issue today. I didn't change anything in any profound way. I just had to be careful because it's just the memory on it is rapidly. The memory usage is just ramping up really fast. Send this poll. Staffy says LUL is an illegal character in Predict. Tooby pinged you. It's Sorry Notion. Here we go. Time to accelerate. So what is a sound theme? A sound theme allows you to pick the kinds of sounds that will be used on a song. Chat still picks the specific sounds, but they do so within the categories you've chosen. It's a way to request sound palettes that we don't hear very often on the show. You can unlock one anytime, or if you're lucky, win one during the pre-show raffle that happens 5 minutes after the stream starts. To create a sound theme, use the builder on the request page. You can reach it directly right here. Once you get there, click on this to see the options. I'll pick acoustic drums and synth bass. This means that no matter what, there will be acoustic drums and synth bass on the song. I'll go ahead and fill in the rest of the slots and then copy and paste the command into chat. Tooby, our bot, will let chat know which sound categories we need requests for, so there will be enough for the song. I'm looking forward to playing your sound themes. I'll be back live in just a moment. My present day self is running around behind me doing some post-song stuff. In the meantime, if this is your first time watching, welcome. I'm ETC Kid, aka the Etc. Kid. The music you just watched was improvised from scratch, but I got a lot of help from chat. Just before the song, they chose the sounds I was using, the speed of the music. I turned people's names into drum rhythms. So there are many ways you can participate. The easiest way to get involved right away is to type !drums for a chance to be a rhythm on an upcoming song. You can also name the songs we create here, help write what our bot Tooby says, and we have fun community projects on our Discord. So we've got a lot going on. It might seem a little overwhelming at first, but if you take a leap of faith, you'll have everything figured out super fast. So welcome. I look forward to meeting you in chat. Apparently I'm on social media. If you follow me there, you'll find highlights from the show, stripped down arrangements of old songs, poetry recitations, behind the scenes photos, portraits of Jiffy Starchild, thoughts in the creative process, and a whole lot more. Stuff like this.
If I was a mole, I'd walk that mountain down. If I was a mole,
Hi, I'm the Etc. Kid with your creative moment. By the time you watch this, you've probably already seen hundreds, maybe thousands of different kinds of content today. As creators, we certainly benefit from absorbing lots of information. Together it forms that mess of inspiration that makes each of us different from anyone else. But if all we do is consume things in short bursts, one after another, our brain doesn't have much time to process it, let alone form creative connections. As a creative gift to yourself today, take 30 to 60 minutes to focus on one single thing without interruption or distraction. Try reading an entire article, not just the headline or the comments, or listen to an album from start to finish with your eyes closed, or study one painting and discover all that's there that you'd never have seen if you just glanced at it and swiped to the next thing. Let me know in the comments how you spent your creative moment and what you discovered, or in chat during today's show. Oops. Thanks for those calps. Oh, I did 7 titles. A panorama preview from Blue. Spectral Analysis from Dual. Tetraphyte from Malignant Benignity. Tetraphyte gave us Malignant Benignity. Scabragwazi with Shadows in Heaven. Mr. Robert, The Speed of Dark. All Alone in the Molehill, Interrupted Backup, and Q Square leans into the turns. He says we hit 2.5 million votes. Tooby got more votes when some than some politicians could dream of. Tooby for president. That's a lot of votes. 2.5. Oh, and welcome back, Talon 808. Oh, Talon, if you want an 808 kit, there's specific sound codes to request. I think there's at least one or two. I mean, I don't have an actual 808 drum machine, but I do have some sampled kits of 808s. If you go to our sound page, you can find them. You can also, we have an on-screen extension, and you can't demo the sounds there, but you can get a full list. And if you just type in 808, you can get the sound code. Oh, and hello to Rune. And Skyborg and Ozeki, Tazak 19, Donut Donny. Some other titles. Donut Donut, the Essence of Ant Movements in D minor. Room 17, Yi with a capital Ha. Dom Simpson, Visionary Carry. Staffy, Snake Pit Quake. Nedco, Trials and Errors. Skeeter, Marvelous Flying Carpet. Butito Jackson. Legendary Dairy. Skyborg with William, tell me about that one time. This Robert Derriere. I wonder, did I solve the issue? Maybe that was the issue. So it's this custom chat. It's just a web browser thing that I'm running on different computers, and in one of the computers, the PC, it's having this memory leak or something, and I'm not sure exactly. I don't know if what I did just addressed it, but what I just did is I had some. So if you run a web page, there's often code called JavaScript that's running, and anyone can access aspects of that code. You don't need to be you can just, there's something called the console. If you're in Chrome, you don't need to have any coding background. You can open up the console and you can see things that are happening that the web page is doing. And a lot of people use the console to just log information. It's great for debugging. So I was logging some information, and it's a lot of information really fast, and I didn't really think about it at the time because it was helpful to have it. But for whatever reason on the PC, it seems like on the way it's being hosted, it might not be ever getting cleared. And so it's building up this enormous amount of memory trying to keep up with this console, whereas on the Mac, and this is not a Mac PC thing, this is just a random little occurrence because I'm not using normal browsers, I'm using a different kind of thing. Theoretically identical. I mean, I'm using these two hosts. They're the same. Theoretically, they're the same thing on the Mac and the PC, but it seems like they operate in different ways. Zoka A Cause with the follow. Thank you. All alone said I installed NoScript and had fun watching websites break. Yeah. Yeah, JavaScript is a pretty critical component of many websites now, if not most. But we'll see. I might be wrong, and that might not be it. Might be something else. It's probably too early to tell, but I'm hoping that it does, if not already, but eventually it feels like I'm being a little more quick to respond to things in chat. Let's end this poll. It's a tie. Let's break this tie. Duel has named it Spectral Analysis. Spectral Analysis. Thank you, Duel. Thanks, everyone, for your titles. But I'm looking at, I have 4 different monitors in front of me. And the one when it feels like I'm looking straight at you, what I can see in that monitor is, well, it's different during a song, but right now I can see OBS, which is the broadcasting software that I use to, send this to Twitch so you can watch it. And then there's my custom web browser, which does some other things. My custom chat, which is multi-purpose. It also shows different kinds of screens depending on the situation. So I don't always have custom chat there. It's usually there. Then I have a backup chat that is chatty. That's a third party. I just use that in emergency if my other chats stop working. And sometimes on that computer there's the light show's there, so sometimes I'll be looking at stuff on the light show on that computer. But up until recently, that was the only place I had chat. Now on these other 2 monitors, so that's the PC, the computer right in front of me. There's 2 monitors next to that, and they're on top of each other. And those 2 monitors are the Mac Pro, and that's where my quote checklist is, which often I use 2 screens for that kind of information. So right now on the 2 screens, on one of the screens I have my main interface that I'm interacting with, and above it is the poll, because it's very hard for me to see it from over there. And then the third computer is the 4th monitor, and that's where Logic Pro is. And Ableton Live's on the middle on the Mac Pro. The Mac Mini is where Logic is. Anyway, so it was not practical until this new change I made to put chat on these main computers, because I need all the screen real estate and for most of the time, and there wasn't an easy way for me to get chat into this one main layout. I had to totally rewrite how I did it, and I've been meaning to for years, and I finally made it happen. But so it used to be if you saw me looking like this, I can't see chat, but now I usually can. There's still some times where I have to switch to a screen that does not show chat. But and I still, when I'm playing music, I might out of the corner of my eye see chat sometimes, but I'm not really looking at chat. But when I'm not playing music now, it is a lot easier for me to see what's happening. He says, you respond at light speed now compared to prior. How could you cook down that reward as proof of that? The vehicle's literally gone in 60 seconds. This next track is going to feature Staffy's 5th drum loop all alone in the Molehills 200 song, Mr. Roberts' 1150th drum fill, and Wow Wow Soda's 2400th request. We did 4th. Oh, I still have to do Poe Badly. Now let's get ready for this track, then I will do Poe Badly just for the song. When during songs, when I sing titles, I have a special screen that just shows titles. I switch to that screen. So I'm able to see on one screen, I'll see 50, 100 different titles all in one place. Because I'll have them in multiple columns. Nedco says one day kid will be surrounded by spirit monitors. I think it would be nice to have one. I mean, I have it. I just haven't. I mean, it's not a very reliable monitor. It will cut in and out. But I have a fifth monitor that I'd like to put right here. Because the problem is that Logic Pro's monitor is so far away that I don't do much with Logic Pro, which means I don't do much with sounds. I don't do a lot of filtering or modification of sounds. I need Logic to be closer in order to do that. So someday I'd like something right here. I mean, it'd be sort of, you wouldn't really see it. You might see just the corner of it from here. So I could just turn over and see it close. But the monitors in this room, they have to be far away or they would block the cameras. My setup is limited by these cameras. I basically carve out these spaces for the cameras. And it's something I'm gonna have to, I don't know how I'm gonna deal with it, but my eyesight is gonna get worse and worse. And someday I just will not be able to have these monitors as far away. Ideally, what I want is someday is to somehow figure out a way to essentially do what's like what's it called? I have one of these. Why can't I think? Where is it? Well, it's over there. It's hard to get at, but it's a teleprompter. A teleprompter is awesome because what a teleprompter does is it allows you to shoot a camera directly through the monitor. So I'd like to create ultimately, that way I could have the monitors a lot closer and the cameras would be able to shoot right through the monitors, you wouldn't see. But I don't, like from an engineering point of view, I mean, teleprompters that I've seen, they take up a lot of horizontal space just for a tiny little screen. You have a mirror, you have glass you shoot through. So for some of these monitors are big. As you can see during the show, during the songs, you see all the four monitors. You would need some pretty massive teleprompters. I'm sure they exist, but as he says, see-through monitors, yeah. I've talked about this before. I think the biggest issue with things like Zoom conversations and Skype and what is that because the web camera is up at the top of the screen, it means you can't really make eye contact. The only ways you can create the illusion of eye contact if you look straight at the camera, but you're not really looking at the person anymore to create that's an illusion. And one of the reasons I set up this system the way I did is I wanted the camera far enough away that I could look y'all directly. But that only works because the camera and the monitor are far away. So the solution is to put cameras in the middle of the screen. The problem with that is it's a privacy issue, right? Where at least when a camera's on the top of your screen, you can cover it up when you're not using it. So I don't know what the solution is, but for web talk to really feel intimate and like in the movies, when you watch a sci-fi movie, they're not sort of looking up off they're not looking at a weird angle. They're looking straight out of the video screen at the other person, right? So there's only two ways to do that. Is either there's a camera inside of where the screen is they're looking, or they are standing far enough away that even though they're looking above the screen, it looks like they're looking, even though looking straight at the screen and not at the camera, it looks like it. Okay, our featured sound, sorry, I'm talking too much. Young Dante says, sounds like you need glasses and telescopes. Yeah. Mutito says, could you display monitors on glasses? I mean, that it seems like there's possibility there, right? That's might be more likely. You know, augmented reality. All the possibilities there. UG says, you look past the camera, not into it. I took an acting workshop. So when I'm talking, I'm almost always looking at chat. I think sometimes this is sort of weird. I think probably a lot of streamers, you know, unconsciously, I sometimes look, it's going to sound narcissistic. Sometimes I am looking at myself, but it's, honestly, it doesn't, it feel, what I'm looking at is I'm trying to make eye contact, right? It's not really myself. It's almost like, again, this sounds probably weird, but it's because so much of connection is about looking someone in the eye. Not always, right? It can be intense. If someone just stares at you nonstop, but it can be, you know, it's a powerful thing to look at someone in the eye. It's very difficult sometimes, you know, and Blue says, Google Acid didn't work out so well. Okay, our drum kit is the... Staffy says the clone. Nedco says, maybe an AI could correct eye gaze direction. There's already, I've read, Nedco, I've read about them doing that. The problem with it is that it can be very unnatural because some people don't make a lot of eye contact, right? And so it's very strange if somebody who normally makes very little eye contact is suddenly always on. You know, most of us, even if we do make eye contact, we're not making it nonstop. You know, we're looking around. It's just our eyes are darting around, our eyes are moving. It's very rare we're just like, right? That's gonna be freaky. That's freaky. But it's just those little moments, you know, those moments. Sometimes all it takes is a millisecond. I don't know if you've ever, you know, some of y'all have experienced it, that moment when you suddenly get an intense connection with somebody, you know, early on in a relationship. It might be that just that split second where your eyes meet. That split second, and something happens at that moment. You might both immediately look away. Transkit. All Alone says, augmented reality glasses do exist, but the ones I've used throw images around your peripheral vision, not centered. There's some weird stuff about focusing your eyes when you've got a heads-up display. Yeah, I imagine, because I know, you know, if you look like your eyes are going to do something if you're focused on something close, so it might be... Okay, let's see our beats. First up, Ego leg, what is it? Ego leg. Here it is. That goes, and we're making deep fakes. The blinking in eye direction we found were the most difficult to get right, so I see what you mean. wait, we're gonna do 4 on the 4, weren't we? Sorry, let me do these beats again. 4 on the 4. Okay, I'm gonna take out the kicks. Okay, let's put these kicks in. Whoops. Lots of snare action in this. Here's our first beat. Hey, Doug. Here's Lost Changeling. Okay, we got our beats. Check out these sounds. An entire paragraph. And Doug's has had to work. Why in quotes? And then we got Anthem of the Easily Distractor. Oh, a bird. Skeeter air cello. Plastic guitar. Father from Oegra, not Father Five with Step by Step. And then Wow Wow Soda Synth Velo SQ. Duxus is in all IT work in quotes. It's definitely not working in the coal mines. Let's see. But I think every kind of job can have its own challenges and stress. Did I say coal mine or code mine? I said coal mine, C-O-A-L. I mean, you think about the life that we have now, and I mean, there are parts of this world where this is very likely still happening, but for the most part, I think, fortunately, it's not. But, you know, for a long time, if you were a kid and you didn't have any money, if your family was poor, you'd be working. You know, you'd be the kid in the factory that would go have to fix that gear, even though because you were small. And you were the one that lost your hand, your leg when you were trying to do it. You're 7 years old because you're small enough. We got follows from Sea Leg Beats and Random TWI. You know, the 40-hour work week in America is relatively, is a relatively new thing. And in parts of Europe, how about Mutito? How about in the Netherlands? What's your work week and your vacation that are mandated by the government? I don't know if all European countries have it different than the United States, but I know at least some European countries have any European countries fully switched to a 4-day week yet? Father Vibes says, I complain about working from my couch. Christmas card reference, here's to ZDY, says, wanting to make eye contact when there's an offset between the lens and even a Canon camera screen is noticeable. Besides adding to his brand look, Casey Neistat is explained, hey, wears reflective sunglasses, cover him looking off to the right. I don't know who that is. So he feels that helps. I personally don't wear sunglasses because ever. I do not wear sunglasses ever. And it's because eye contact, I don't like reducing my ability to see the world. I'm not suggesting other one, I'm just explaining my own experience. I have no problem with other people wearing sunglasses. I'm just saying for myself, I don't, because I want to see everything, and also I don't want to hide my eyes from other people. I want other people to see my eyes. I want to see their eyes. Meaty says, you can work as much as you like, but a regular work week is 38 hours and you get a month of holiday and about 2 to 3 weeks of sick leave. And that holiday is mandated, right? Like, you have to have that as a possibility. You can choose not to, as you're saying, but right? An employer cannot make their person. Whereas what in the United States do we have? What is mandated in the United States? 6 holidays, maybe? And not even that. All Alone says UK employers are entitled to 28 total working days of annual leave. These usually include the 8 public bank holidays. Otherwise would be paid. Many employees will offer more, and employers will offer more. Blue says that's the whole point of sunglasses, yeah. And again, I have no problem with other people wearing them. I mean, I do want to see someone's eyes, but I respect I absolutely respect somebody's desire to not show their eyes or to protect their eyes. There's very legitimate reasons why you might want to protect your eyes with sunglasses. I'm gonna have my forehead is gonna look like a washboard someday because I squint when I'm out in sunlight. The wrinkles. So I totally understand. There's lots of legitimate reasons why other people choose to wear them. Moses says, Wikipedia says in the USA, there is no federal or state statutory minimum of paid vacation or paid public holidays. Danny DeVito says in Germany, you need to take the vacation. Nedco says in Netherlands, in my experience, it is 5-day week, but after a while you can arrange 4 days with your employer. At least in IT, I get 25 days. Yeah, US, no, as Father Five says, no maternity or paternity leave. I have to say, America, family values, no maternity or paternity leave, family values. We definitely understand family values here. Okay, let's end this poll. An entire paragraph Doug says, why family values in quotes. Touche. Mutito says, oh yeah, you get like a year of paid maternity leave and 6 months of paid paternity leave in the Netherlands. Okay, here we go. Time to accelerate. So I'm down in my basement, and believe it or not, I was originally planning on doing the show down here until I realized that my roommates wouldn't have been super happy with that. But it does serve as an interesting backdrop while I welcome any new folks who just came in. What you're about to hear is a live musical improvisation, meaning I'm going to make up some music from scratch on the spot. But I'll be getting a ton of help from chat. Chat will give me the sounds to use, the speed of the music. I'll be turning people's names into drum beats and drum fills. So if you want to get involved, the easiest way to do that right away is type !drums in chat for a chance to be a drum rhythm on one of the upcoming songs we do. But as soon as this song starts, if you have a creative title idea, you can suggest it with !title and the name. But that's on the beginning. There are many different ways you can participate here and share your creativity. We do fun community projects on our Discord. So I know it might seem a little overwhelming at first, but I hope you'll stick around, take a leap of faith, and you'll have everything figured out super fast. So welcome, and I look forward to meeting you. Hi, if this is your first time watching, welcome. I'm the Etc. Kid. What you just heard was improvised entirely from scratch, meaning I was making it up as I went along, but I got a ton of help from chat. Chat shows all the sounds I was using, the speed of the music, the drum rhythms were generated from people's usernames. So if you want to get involved, the easiest way to do that right away is type !drums in chat for a chance to be a drum rhythm on an upcoming song. But that's only the beginning. There's many different ways to participate and share your creativity. You can help name all the songs we created in the show. You can help write the script of our channel's bot. We have fun community projects on our Discord. So it might seem a little overwhelming at first. We got a lot going on, but if you stick around, you have it all figured out super fast. So welcome to the Etceterati. It's a dark and stormy night. You awaken to the sound of comically large shoes stamping up the stairs. This isn't the first time. And you know those shoes are attached to the body of a terrifying clown wearing night vision goggles holding a cherry cream pie with your name smeared all over it. After last time, you purchased the VX75 pie helmet. It could have protected you, but you can't find it in the pitch dark. And as that cherry cream pie strikes you directly between the eyes, all you can think is if only you'd had the ETC bulb nightlight. Things move pretty fast in ETC world, but you can keep up on everything on the Instagram, the Twitter, the Facebook, the YouTube, the Discord. You'll find fun content like what you're about to see. The Fool Song by William Carlos Williams. I tried to put a bird in a cage, oh fool that I am, for the bird was truth. Sing merrily, truth. I tried to put truth in a cage. And when I had the bird in the cage, oh fool that I am, why it broke my pretty cage. Sing merrily, truth. I tried to put truth in a cage. And when the bird was flown from the cage, oh fool that I am, well, I had nor bird nor cage. Sing merrily, truth. I tried to put truth in a cage. Hi-ho, truth in a cage. Thanks for those calps. Once again, I'm not seeing titles. What did I change? I changed the order of sorting? I must have changed the, is it a value list? I can't remember. Yeah, it's a value list. Sorry, I can't see the titles. Let me just fix something so I can. What is it called? Event type sort. No, it should be. It doesn't. I don't know why it's not showing. Extravagant habits from Rune. Tomorrow we fly brooms. Staffy Asteroid Cave. Dancing with a Cane. Nedco. Lost in Motion Duel. And Skyborg World Heart. Oh, and Doug's here with a huge donation. Thank you. Doug says, guess I'll try to grab that last double before it's gone. Thank you. Thanks, Douglas Fulmore. Thank you. Oh, and Tooby Sings unlocked. Oh, I still have Pull Badly. I keep forgetting to do that. Oh, the first key on the Baritone kept getting stuck. I had to start changing what I was playing in order to make do. Sorry about the Doug's, there were tech difficulties. Yeah, that was not Twitch. That's something on my computer. I think that the recordings will be okay. Well, when it was frozen on screen, that was definitely an issue. That's going to be a part of the high quality recording as well, but I think the audio looks like it was fine. I record the audio separate than the video. Well, the video is records the audio, but I have a I used this second audio. Oh, hello to Seawake Beats, Hearts here, G Bill, Future Funky, Sam, Android Cunningham, Stingbee, Suwo, Triskel Kid. The Otto was fine. Oh, good. Yeah, I seem to still be having this memory leak issue. I'm not sure why it's happening today, but it didn't happen yesterday. It seems like if anything, it should have been worse yesterday. And there's something I'm not, unless there's something I'm forgetting. Let me shout out a few more titles. Thunder Tooby, dust and debris everywhere. Douglas Fillmore, Cipher in Silence. Rune, Turbo Rocket. Father 5, Series of Tubes. Electric Avenue, 300mm or bust. Dual Where You Wanna Be. Q Square Hydrate. Broom 17, Am I Enough? Staffy, Psycho Bot Blaming. Nedco, Confidence in a Suit. Skeeter, Bouncies at the Mall. Mutito Jackson, Slideshow Stopper. Suwadi says, did I miss the copyright? Have you not commented on the updated Twitch music policy? Did they just update it? At least last week, lots of people were saying it was updated, but it was the exact same thing as a year. It's just, did they actually, I haven't heard about. Thanks, BT, is it BTW, BT Wims, Skrank? Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, it looks, I'm looking at the music policy and at least nothing's jumping out to me that has changed. If you mean all the copyright strikes, that's not Twitch, that's I mean, it's up to Twitch somewhat how they respond, but the strikes themselves are out of Twitch's control, or the DMCA submissions. Father 5 says, the new policies, they have an AI scanning all channels that they detect the time signature chromatic tuning method that hasn't been used before. You get a strike. For my heart stopped for a second. I was like, what? Where is this going? Zoe says, I heard they asked streamers to remove any clips. Oh, yeah. So that's been going on for 5 or 6 days, or was it last week? I think it's that they've suggested it might be a wise thing to do. Twitch is not, because Twitch could do it themselves if they wanted. So it's some members of Twitch, and there's a lot of controversy. I've heard some people saying that because a lot of streamers have deleted tons of content because of this, and I think that the general advice that I've heard lots of different things, and I would say, the absolute safest thing, of course, is to have nothing that is infringing anywhere on Twitch. And especially if you're a smaller streamer, that's, Twitch, there's a reality that Twitch is going to have different rules for a bigger streamer that makes them lots of money than a smaller streamer. And that can sound, on one hand, that sounds profoundly unfair. But on the other hand, it's a reality of Twitch being a business. And Twitch is not going to Twitch is not going to ban every top streamer. They're just not going to. But they might ban a smaller streamer. So I'm not gonna talk about it much, but I will say that my hope is that this encourages Twitch and the publishing companies and the record labels to make a deal so that everyone can be legit and people can stream without any fear. That's the real hope, that this triggers some legitimate. I mean, the biggest dream for me is for it to be totally legit, for covers to be played on Twitch. That's my dream. I'm really hoping that this eventually leads to that, but you know. I mean, the best we can hope for is something that along what the deal is on YouTube, where there is a kind of a deal. It's not 100%. You might, no matter what you do, you might get DMCA takedown, but there is a legitimate way for people to the people who own the rights to a song can make money off of it. And because of that, on YouTube, it's less likely people are going to get DMCAs. In certain circumstances. Let's see. Because it's more likely instead of a DMCA, they'll just take revenue. Okay, let's see. Enough of that. I'm good, Andrew. Hey, Chills. Let's end this poll. He says it seems like a good time to become a copyright holder. Scabbery says take some lawyers sniffing around. Well, that's what's happening. That's what's happening right now. That's those DMCAs. That's a legal thing that is happening. Send this poll. Hey, Santa Troll says, my daddy used to drive a DMCA. Yeah, I think the lowest risk is if you're a smaller streamer and you're doing stuff live, but you delete your VODs and your clips, because it's unlikely that the company that supposedly has the technology now to scan live streams, right? There is supposedly a company that is now scanning live streams for copyright infringement. It's unlikely that company has the resources to be scanning 1 million streams, So they're going to be scanning just the biggest streams. However, as I was saying, Twitch, from a financial point of view, are not going to ban their thousands of their biggest streamers. But Twitch also has to show, legally has to demonstrate that there are consequences to DMCA, violations. So, is Asteroid Cave? StaphyGames has named it Asteroid Cave. Hey, Fushiap, welcome. Zozeki's fifth mode. Fifth mode. Did you get a reward? I did not get a notification from Tooby that that it happened in time. Did it happen in time? Because there's a deadline for the reward. If it happened in time, we can do it. I might have deleted the alert. Was there a did in chat did it say reward has been unlocked? I might have missed it. Because if y'all get it, you definitely deserve it. Let me just double check. It's possible. Yeah, I don't think it was. I think we missed the deadline. It didn't mean he said. What is this song? I think I can still sing clear like that, but it's a lot harder than it used to be. And I think one of the reasons I don't sing like this very often anymore is, again, because it's more difficult. I'm getting older or whatever, I don't know. And I just am more and more out of practice as a singer. But I think it's also because I'm trying to sing lyrics more and more, and it is much more difficult to sing lyrics higher. And so I tend to sing lyrics closer to my speaking voice. And so we get more of that grit. Although my speaking voice 4 years ago was like a choir boy. So I don't know. I mean, my falsetto, even my falsetto is getting grittier than it used to be. Let's see. Oh, come on. Come on, Tooby. Tooby. I was teaching Tooby how to insult me last night. Yeah, that's what I do in my spare time. Teach Tooby how to talk trash to me personally. Tooby is cruel. Oh, thank you, Chills. Thank you. Tooby, I don't want to repeat it. I'm not gonna. I mean, It's gonna be a thing on the game shows. I don't know if I'm gonna try to make it ready for next week, but I have mixed feelings about it. I have no problem with. I'm fine about Tooby talking trash to me. I mean, it doesn't. And I've even, it's not uncommon. It doesn't have. We're fortunate we're in the music category. It's not that uncommon for someone to come in to chat and say something that's not the nicest to me personally. And I've told mods a long time ago, there's a point at which I'm okay with that, provided that's not the only thing they want to do, because then that becomes disruptive, because everyone else's instinct is to react. But I don't mind. I'm okay with some trolling of me personally, but I don't want trolling it's mean spirited. I mean, there's sometimes good natured trolling that happens between chatters, but there's a fine line that when it goes from good natured to mean spirited. And I'm okay with a little bit of mean spirited towards me. So part of me is a little ambivalent. I don't know if I think it would be really funny to have Tooby talk trash. That's why I created the ability. Even though it's at my expense, and Tooby might, there is a chance that Tooby will say something that is actually very, it's most likely going to be ridiculous, but it might be something that actually really cuts to the bone. It's possible. You never know with bot talk, But my hesitation, I don't want it to mean that it's okay for other people to do it to each other. But if Tooby can talk trash to me, and I could maybe see a situation where people can, like banning themselves, people can ask for Tooby to talk trash, but I don't know. We'll see. It's just that, oh no, wait, where am I? Oh, well, yeah, that's what happened. I'm on the wrong song. How'd that happen? Don't save. New Ableton. There we go. Father Five says, Tooby roasts us every time we enter chat. Have you seen her greet me's? Yeah, which that's one of my, very rarely, but there are limited situations where I actually reject greet me's because they are so harsh that if someone doesn't know, I mean, even as it stands, there's some greet me's that are pretty harsh. And if someone doesn't know anything about the fact that the person who's receiving them actually wrote it, they'd think, man, this is not a nice place. The bot is a monster. But the bot is a product of y'all. What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, where's New Ableton? There it is. Speaking of ban me, Mr. Robert just got banned. It means if we only roast the ones we love. This guy works says, I've seen more musical talent after discount chili night at the old folks home. Tooby as the 13-year-old crowd comes in. Yeah. Setatros to suggest for $100 and lock it at 1 hour show, or Tooby just insults kid. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I want to allow y'all to add. I mean, I hate when Tooby repeats itself. It drives me crazy. It just, So, the best thing to do would be to unlock your ability to give you all the ability to add insults that are directed at me, but that only Tooby gets to say, But I don't know. Do I really want to have to review all these things? Oh, and this is not going to happen yet, but it is only a matter of time. I'm going to pretty soon require that bot talk includes variables. Pretty soon, with the exception of quotes. I don't know when it's going to happen. It might be in a week. It might be in 6 months, but it's going to happen eventually. That bot talk must require a variable, meaning you have to take you have to add something that you don't know exactly what's going to happen when it is triggered. So I'm just giving a heads up. As of now, I'm not doing it because I don't have a great documentation of how all the variables and everything. But once I get that ready, because to me, ultimately, that is the key to bot talk, is the combination of all your creativity plus the unknown, the randomness. That's where the real, to me, the really amazing things happen, is that combination, especially when Tooby is using elements from multiple people in one single sentence. That's when the crazy stuff happens. So anyway, that's just a long-term warning about bot talk. Okay, our drum kit. Chill says, every weekend around here, people setting off fireworks. Midi says, will you give a tutorial? I'm old, technology scares me. Yeah, we could do a tutorial. Yeah. I mean, it's the bot talk system is so elaborate now that I don't even know. This has happened more than once. I add a feature to bot talk, and then midway through it, or sometimes after, I realize that I've already added that feature, and I forgot. And I just added it again. That hasn't happened very many times, but I'll be absolutely honest that it's happened. It has happened more than once. Okay, let's see. First up, we got a beat for Duel. Here's Duel. Thunder Tooby says, we don't need no education. Oh, thank you, Andrew. Thank you. Mr. Roberts, speaking of variables, is there a variable for Tooby to pick a random color? Yes. It is. It's either Z underscore color or color. Let me check. Let's see. Tooby, just give chat a random color. Let's see. I think it's Z color. Oh, I didn't mean to say it out loud. I meant to type it. Okay. There's also, I think, random color combination. So it's hashtag Z underscore color. And there's also Z combination, which does a color combination. Like, oh, violet. That's not really a color combination. I mean, maybe, I guess it is. I mean, every color can be mixed, right? With other colors. Or a product. Brown, that's still just a single color. Silver, you're still just doing colors, Tooby. Black, you're still just, come on, Tooby. There we go, pink with blue details. Okay. So cyan with teal. Okay, now we got some teal details. So that's hashtag, and it's hashtag on both sides. Yeah. Progressive organ from Soda. From Skeeter Bases. Electric Avenue with Modern Science Factism. Oh, unfortunately, I've not included the British spelling or Canadian spelling. That will not work. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. You're going to have to do the hideous-looking American with no U. GD Bill with Aaron Arya. There are other ways. Favorites, I've made it so that you can use the U. Favorites, what else? I don't know about Tooby Color. Tooby Color, yeah. Aaron Arya, Late Metal Doug, here it is. Socks with Lily Tulip's cousin. And Room with Medical Grade Laser. Wow, what a sound. Okay, Tito says, there's no color in life without you. Get it? Yeah. Yeah. We need to adopt the metric system and add those U's, right? I wonder, it's hard to imagine, but I wonder who thinks that will the United States ever adopt the metric system? Very hard for me to imagine that happening. Alpine says probably not. I mean, he says once the Chinese buy it. I mean, I spend my life making music and thinking about creation and art, and so for me, having to change, as hard as it is a fundamental part of what I do. So I think it'd be a good experience for the U.S. to do it. I don't know that I ever see it happening as long as the United States is the United States. Send this poll. Q Squares is not for at least another 40 years. Skyworks is not, because even places that claim they've done fully so haven't. Dual says we still use miles per hour, feet and inches in the UK. And you still, in the UK, you still have the, do you still have all that complicated way you calculate money? Or have you converted to a decimal system? Well, I mean, I assume that includes it. It's still decimal, right? But I don't know I don't know what I'm talking about. Father Fives, if it makes you feel any better, U.S. engineers switched over a long time. I didn't know that. BTW, I'm Scrank says, I'm new, wondering about the DAW. I use two. I use simultaneously. I use Ableton Live to do all the looping, but all my sounds live in Logic. And so Ableton Live and Logic talk to each other over MIDI. I don't use anything like, what's the term? What's the technology? I tried to, when I conceived this show, I was hoping to use Rewire, but it wasn't a practical solution. So I have two different computers. Ableton Live is on one computer, Logic's on the other. Ableton Live sends MIDI to the Logic computer, and the Logic computer sends audio back to Ableton, so I can mix everything in Ableton. Progressive organ. Skyrig says, but y'all using stone for weight. I like that. I like the stone for weight. I would take that, even though it doesn't. I have no idea what it means. You know, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I weigh. I don't remember the number. So I don't know do I weigh 6 stones? Do I weigh 1,000 stones? Well, I don't think I weigh 1,000 stones, but I don't know. But I like. There was I lived in Boston for a long time, right, in the Boston area, and there's a bridge in Cambridge, and I'm not gonna remember this anecdote. I don't know. Does anyone in chat go to MIT? There's this bridge that goes between Cambridge and Boston, and there's this name of this guy. I don't remember his name, but anyway, they used this guy as a unit of measurement. They measured the bridge. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Oh, what's his name? It happened like 40 or 50 years ago. But it is fun to think about. We can use anything to measure almost anything right? I mean, smoot, there it is, Father 5, a smoot, yes, a smoot. A smoot. And if I recall, I think there were hashes. I literally paint. I think they might have painted. Maybe I'm making that part up. But Okay, I'm talking about. Let's do the next. Here we go. Time to etceterate. You might have noticed that our bot, To Be or Not to Bot, is one of the chattier bots on Twitch. And part of that is because you guys can help write what it says. The easiest way to get started is to create a greet me message. And a greet me message is a message that our bot will say to you specifically when you type your first message of the day each show. And you can have multiple greet me messages, and our bot will use a different one, or we'll pick a random one each show. So if you want to do that, type !greet me, one word, with your message. And that's on the beginning. We call this bot talk. It gets pretty sophisticated. There's variables and options and multi-part messages, many different categories, vote durings, randoms. But this is the best way to get started, and it's just another way you get to share your creativity with our community. Hi, if you came in during the music and this is your first time watching, welcome. I'm the Asteroid Kid. What you just heard was improvised music, meaning I was making it up from scratch as I went along. But I got a ton of help from chat. Chat chose the sounds I was using, the speed of the music, the drum beats and drum fills were generated from people's usernames. So if you want to get involved, the easiest way to do that right away is type !drums in chat for a chance to be a drum fill or a drum loop in one of the upcoming songs we do. But that's only the beginning. There are many different musical things you can request, but you don't need any musical experience to participate. There are many ways to share your creativity. You can help name all the songs we do on the show. You can help write the script of our channel's bot. We do fun community projects on Discord. So it might seem a little overwhelming, I know, but if you stick around, take a leap of faith, you'll have everything figured out super fast. So welcome again, and I look forward to meeting you in chat. So it took me a while, but I've finally jumped on the social media bandwagon. You'll find me on some new up-and-coming platforms like Friendster and MySpace. I just created a new Vine account. I post highlights from the show on there, old songs, poetry recitations, behind-the-scene photos, content like this.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. When the blazing sun is gone, when nothing shines above, show your little light, twinkle, twinkle through the night. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Thanks for those cows. Titles. Hub Queen LD Fireground. Skeeter Brainstorm Safari. Dual Far and Beyond. Rune. Mesocyclonic. Staffy 1000 Stones in the Garden. Q Square Port Sebi Nigong and Blintz. Don't worry. I will shout out the many smoots of titles. They will get their time, their glory in just a moment. Hey, Watson Bobby 32, welcome. And hello to Bax OJs. Thanks for that resub, Bax OJs. A hug Queen LD. Here's Hayes Lost Elf. Crook Brooks. Hey, Baron Saragon. Let me shout out these titles. It's Set a Troll, Smoot to Kill. This sucks. Active smooter. Chills, do you even smoot? Tom Simpson, Smoot Liquor Blues. Skyborg YZ, 20,000 smoots under the sea. Room 17, hello from the smooter side. Mutito Jacks, Smoot of Hard Knocks. Hug Queen LD, Smooth Talker. If I put that one in the poll. Dual Smoot Talker. Rune, what even is a smoot? Staffy, Smoot en route. Electric Avenue is now Electric 2700K. Send this poll. Thanks, B. Mesocyclonic Rune. Rune is named in Mesocyclonic. This Skybird says, I'm nearly halfway to a quarter of the way to the Emperor's new gift. Yeah, there must be some folks that are very close. The Emperor's new gift. Oh, I gotta do Poe badly. That got unlocked a long time ago. Okay, we're gonna do Alone. Okay, this is Alone, badly translated. It is now known as The Only, and it was published originally in 1875, but now it's been published in 1875-75. Okay. Which is different to the other from childhood? I do not care how others see it. I do not want to look normal. I'm sad. I cannot express the joy of my heart in the same tone. Together, and I will do it. You want to? That I'm like you. Only you. And also my childhood, the finest one. I always have it as an individual in the river, a red mountain. When it lights up, I light up and find granules and shapes above me, including the blue sky. There it is. Badly translated Edgar Allan Poe. I always have it as an individual in the river, a red mountain. When it lights up, I light up and find granules and shapes above me, including the blue sky. Oh, Russ is, hey Russ. And Amaranth Saragon's here. Is that on the Discord? I don't think it is. I just manually did it. It's such a long text that Discord blocks things. I haven't had a chance to do multi-part messages on Discord, so Discord blocks. It might be under 400 characters though. I might be able to just paste it in chat. Character count. Or what's character count on Twitch? Is it? I think it's 400, right? Oh, it's just over 400. It's 510. I was gonna try to paste it. Did I paste it in? Okay, that's the first part. Tooby says, how's it hanging? Oh, Doug is a new sound. New log. Okay, create logic. Oh, for sure, Staffy. If you haven't, I recommend the original poem. It is amazing, alone. Oh no, I think I broke the ability to, yeah I did, I still haven't fixed that. To name sounds. I mean, you can submit, but I won't be able to process it yet. Here is Doug's new sound. Wait, Tooby reset this. Wait, what? Oh. That was weird. Oh, and Doug gifted a commission to Chills. Thanks, Doug. Our show tonight was live, Cycling by Numbers. We did 4 tracks, Salt Flat, Spectral Analysis, Asteroid Cave, and Mesocyclonic. We only did 4 tracks? Huh, whoops. Let's see, there we go. Let's do our thank yous, our superstar mods tonight. Allegra, Dom, Lost Elf, and Tooby. Thank you, mods. We had donations from Doug, from Father Five, from Mr. Robert. Thank you. We had a gifted sub from Travington to Valerie. Thanks, Travington. 38 months for Blue, 2 for Nedco. Thanks to all our lurkers and chatters. Did I demo dual sound? No, I didn't. Oh, I didn't get a notification. 24 names you saw on screen either named our current tour or our venue, or made a request on one of the songs and named one of the songs. We featured All Alone in Mohill, Beanarino, Broom 17, Danny DeVito, Da Vinci, Dom Simpson, Dual, Douglas, Fillmore, Electric 2700K, Father 5, G Bill, Mr. Robert, Mutito, Jackson, Notawager, Ozeki, Q Square, Reactive, Nylon, Rune, Skeeter, Skyberg, YZ, Sock, Staffy, Tetrafite, Vestarian, and Wow Wow Soda. And Dual's native Massive System Jamboree. Oh, and that works. So name sound works, but not new sound. Dom gifted you a sound? Chills? What's the code? I don't know where all these... I don't see them. What is the code? KZI. Nice. Okay. I've rated this person before, right? Oh yeah. Is anyone new? Whose hair in chat is the longest it's ever been? Is anyone in chat setting a personal record for hair length? I'm gonna have to cut my own hair soon. Hey, Roots God. Roots God says, just back from Bakersfield. Hope all is well. Best money spent on the interwebs. 22 months, tier 2. Thank you so much, Brute Squad. Brute Squad just got a haircut a week ago. Thank you, Brute Squad. Stabby's been cutting own hair for years, but longer than normal. I cut my hair for years when I had a buzz cut for many years, so that's the easiest haircut in the world. You can't really screw that up unless you're impatient. But you just run that clippers over your head enough times from enough angles and you'll be fine. Someday I will probably return to that. That day is not yet. Okay, this is someone that's new to me. Let's find out what they're all about. Staffy, you buzz? Mutitos is until your moat becomes a cape you can cope by. Duel, you did the same thing. Thanks, everyone. I am going to do a short stream tomorrow. We're not doing the game show yet. You'll know that it's going to happen when you start seeing stuff on social media. I'm aiming to start promoting on Monday. But we are going to keep our Sunday tradition happening. I am going to stream. Last Sunday, it ended up being 4 hours. I think this one will be shorter, but you never know. So I hope to see y'all tomorrow. If not then next music stream Thursday, Friday, Saturday next week. Did I start this raid countdown? There it goes. So let's give some... Bruce Squad says, someday I may give up on hair, someday I may go to the buzz cut, someday I may forsake all that is cool, but that day is not today. Oh, I see your name, Sound Chills. Yes, thank you. Ripwind Chills. Okay, thanks everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful whatever comes next, and then I'll see you soon. Okay, take care.